And for the first time in 4 years, Indians will pay more at the pump starting on Friday. The hike in fuel prices will be felt in every kitchen, every commute, every corner of the economy in a way. Petrol and diesel prices have been raised by roughly 3 rupees per litre. The last revision came 4 years ago, remember, when global crude was recovering post-pandemic. Since then, despite 2 volatile years of international oil prices, retail rates were kept unchanged. India had held off making any changes to fuel prices through the Iran war, even as most other countries hiked retail prices because of the historic energy shock from the Iran war and Hormuz supply disruptions. This hike will push headline inflation up by an estimated 0.2 to 0.3%. India's latest inflation readings showing a surge with wholesale prices spiking to a 42-month high and consumer prices rising for the 6th straight month. Transport costs rippling into food logistics and manufacturing, and this increase is driven by surging oil import bill from the rising global crude prices because of the West Asia conflict. Early this week, the petroleum minister had said oil marketing companies were absorbing enormous under-recoveries and could post losses to the tune of $10 billion. Prime Minister Modi had urged citizens to cut down fuel usage by adopting conservation measures like carpooling and using public transport. And the government is walking a tightrope between fiscal discipline and electoral optics, a necessary correction or a burden shifted to the people. The debate is, of course, continuing, but a comparison of fuel prices in India and other countries suggests that the hike in India is not as steep as it is in other parts. Myanmar, for example, hiked prices most steeply, while Malaysia, Pakistan, UAE, the US complete the list for most pain at the pump. And let's just take a look at the situation because of the fuel price hike. Let's take a listen in to some voices coming in.
देखिए, अभी जो पेट्रोल के प्राइस बढ़े हैं, इसकी वजह से जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट है, गुड्स वगैरह जो भी हमारे पास आ रहे हैं, सब उन्हीं से आते हैं, ट्रक से, उनसे, तो उनकी भी प्राइस बढ़ेगी क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट बढ़ रही है। तो आम आदमी पे तो इसका फ़र्क पड़ना ही है, ये तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है। और जो अब छोटे वेंडर हैं, जो भी हैं, उनका तो गुजारा भी अब मुश्किल ही हो रहा है दिन ब दिन, क्योंकि महंगाई बढ़ती ही जा रही है। आजकल हर चीज़ में यही हो रहा है। अभी पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग।
Indian oil marketing companies have increased petrol and diesel prices by 3 rupees per litre across the country. Here in New Delhi, petrol now costs 97 rupees and 77 paise, whereas diesel is priced at 90 rupees and 67 paise. This price hike essentially ends the 4-year freeze that the government was able to exercise despite the global oil price shocks. However, people are now concerned because this could lead into further transportation cost hike and higher grocery bills, which is a key concern. Earlier this week, Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri had suggested that oil marketing companies are facing severe losses to the tune of $10 billion, which is why this has been a key concern. India's import bill has also run up very high, which is why the price hikes have come in. The Iran war and this disruption in the Strait of Hormuz have led to very high global oil prices, $100 per barrel as far as the Brent is concerned, which is why the price hike in India has come in now. People are, of course, concerned because this could lead into higher transportation costs and further climb into grocery bills in daily spending. That could become higher. And that's the reason why people are concerned. That's the latest that we are picking up as far as India's petrol and diesel prices are picking up. In Delhi, Kanishka Sarkar with camera persons Janmojoy and Unishi.
People that we spoke to expressed concern over the hike in fuel prices. Though it is a hike of rupees 3 per litre of petrol and diesel, there are apprehensions that this could also have a spillover effect on all daily use items such as fruits, vegetables and several other daily use goods and services. Also, there is another issue that is brewing, that is about the shortage of petrol and diesel in certain localities. Though this is an isolated issue, The major concern is that when people head out to fill their tanks, they don't have adequate quantities of petrol and diesel at certain petrol pumps. This issue, they say, is because many of these pumps are not receiving their regular daily supply. Instead, they're receiving a reduced supply. And because of this, most of them, by midday or by evening, they run out of supplies and they're having to shut the pump itself. One of the pumps behind us is an example of that. From Chennai, Siddharth MP, WION World is One.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.